I'm very impressed by the work that Bulgaria, BSPB have done in nature conservation in Bulgaria, and following your, the inspiration that RSPB have given to BSPB, I would like to mention that BSPB, the Bulgarian Society for Protection of Birds, have been also to an inspiration for PPNEA, especially like on 2012, when PPNEA started to work mostly or to intensify its work on bird conservation. So, well, I'll try to have an overview on the wild monitoring and conservation work. Meanwhile, also the sustainable development in one of the important protected areas in Albania, Narta protected area, and the work that we have done in the frame of Land of Eagles and Castle project, CPF project. CPF funded, sorry. Well, first of all, shortly regarding the PPNEA, Protection and Preservation of Natural Environment in Albania, I work as a project manager in this NGO. And PPNEA is the first environmental NGO established in Albania since 1991. And we work mostly on threatened species, conservation, protection of habitats, proclamation of protected areas, promotion of sustainable development, environmental education and awareness, also engaging and strengthening environmental civil society organization. And regarding to the map, as you see on the right, we work mostly in all Albania, every region of Albania, covering all territory mostly, and we are implementing also projects, transboundary projects. Regarding the Narta protected area, Narta, this area it's a protected landscape, category 5 according to the ISUN. It's officially candidate as emerald site. It's has a status of important bird area, cave biodiversity area, and also fulfill the criteria to be classified as a Ramsar site. In addition, beside being one of the most important wetlands in Albania, it's an important wetland also along the Adriatic flyway in Mediterranean and beyond. And regarding to the figures, in 1997, it has been counted more than 80,000 water birds in the International Water Bird Census. And the last month, we counted 14,000 individuals in the International Water Bird Census. Well, shortly, this is an overview of the wetlands, and I'd like to mention here that PPNEA started to implement huge projects in this area since 2013, with the implementation of the first phase of Land of Eagles and Castles, an implementation which was done together with BSPB and was related to bird monitoring, but also promotion of the area, promotion of ecotourism, especially bird watching, which was a new concept up at that time, promotion of sustainable livelihood activities, but also rising capacities of management body. Meanwhile, in the last year, we are implementing the second phase of Land of Eagles and Castles, which we are going with a collection of data on bird species, mostly implementing conservation actions, but also supporting local livelihood activities. And later on, lastly, we just finished the implementation of a project, Natura 2000 project, which could be a future potential site of Natura 2000, this area. Well, regarding the monitoring, I'd like to mention here that together with BSPB, we have done an intense breeding birds monitoring in this area, but also in other KBAs in Albania. And this monitoring was among the first complete monitoring of birds in the area, because the area seems to be a lot of lack of data. And additionally, last year we have done another breeding monitoring of birds, and this year we We have done it together with the Regional Administration of Protected Area of Vlor, which I'd like to thank the authorities for being part of our monitoring, but also part of our project implementation activities on the site. And regarding, as I mentioned, Natura 2000, we have done several, PPNEA have been in charge or coordinating the project, and there have been done several monitoring related to habitat, mammals, birds, amphibians, and so on. And we hopefully that in the near future, this area could be classified as a Natura 2000. Well, regarding to the conservation work of done in this Narta Key biodiversity area, we have done some conservation work in the last years, and mostly related to terns and greater flamingo. The conservation work done in this area was for this species was mostly to start implementing some conservation actions and to raise awareness about the conservation and conservation actions on several species that need to be implemented on the area, but also to raise awareness about this work for park authorities, for Ministry of Environment and Tourism to start also implementing these actions, but also to raise capacities also, because we have implemented this action with the authorities. And more in details, in this wetland, in part of this, in the central part of this wetland, there is the Salina, and part of this Salina, there are potential sites of breeding of flamingo, greater flamingo, which hasn't been successfully due to many reasons, water level or terrestrial predators and so on. And in the frame of this, in the framework of our work and this project, we have set some fence and started to build some small artificial nest for this species. And as you can see in the third picture, there have been some attempts of breeding, but still unsuccessful due to many reasons. But other bird species are breeding in this dike or in this island, let's say. And further investigation or work should be done in this area for the breeding of this species in the near future. Additionally, regarding to terns, I would like to say that, we started to clean vegetation in some part of some islands, as you can see on the first photo. And additionally to build an artificial platform. And later on, as you can see in the second photo, we also cleaned the fishing nets that are all around this area to mitigate this threat. And according to the results, we have seen that in this area that we have cleaned the vegetation. There are around, we have been successfully to see 35 nests of the little tern and 10 nests of the collared Pranticore. Later on, other conservation actions. Well, we have an initiative since 2013, in line also with the Egyptian Vulture New Life project, to remove the taxidermy objects that are found in bars or restaurants in Albania, and to remove them with some high quality photos or pictures also. And in the last year, we have removed 13 individuals of birds, also mammals. As you can see in the photos, there are even the Dalmatian pelican. It's stuffed and placed in a restaurant. And this activity was implemented within this area, but also in other areas in the southern part of Albania. Additionally, we have seen that in the highway, which is within the protected area, within this Narta protected area, we have seen quite a lot of birds collided there, and we have put some stickers in this highway, and others need to be placed again. Well, beside the wildlife monitoring and conservation actions, we have implemented other sustainable activities, supporting sustainable livelihood activities and idea in the area. More in detail, we have supported several festivals that these areas celebrate, or the locals celebrate, such as, for example, the wine festival. We have supported and organized the whole event, and organize also competition and so on. Narta carnivals, which is still in the same area. Mussels festival in another KBA nearby, but also promoting the art or the bird through painting in bunkers. As you know, Albania is well known for the bunkers that are all the place, and this area in Narta, there are found quite a lot of bunkers built during the communism period. And as you can see in the last photos, we have converted one bunker to a bird station, painting several bird species on it. Additionally, as I mentioned before, we have supported some livelihood activities which are found in within this KBA. For example, one of these ideas is jam production, honey production, mussel production, or the medicinal herbs, plants. The support is that we have supported these ideas mostly on branding, design, promotion, labels, and so on, but also in equipments for several of these activities. Well, I try to be very fast. This is my last slide. And regarding to the threats of this area, one of the biggest threats that this area have is the construction of the Vlora airport and the revision of protected area, because they're connected together. And as you can see on the right is the map of the area, which used to be all green, but since now with the new plans of the Ministry of Environment and Tourism, they plan to build an airport, and as you can see, it's not all green, but in some parts they are white, and the huge part which is cutted, the white part which is within the protected area, is the gray infrastructure. Then government plans to build is the airport part mostly. Other threats that are found in this area: plastic and water pollution, electrocution, poaching, and forest fire. Well, lastly, this is my presentation, and as you can see on the picture is the bunk bird station finalized, which is from one side, which is painted but both sides with bird species. Well, thank you all. This is my presentation.